What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe. So far, today it's just me and my man Clayton. We still gonna have a good show though.
What's good? What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good, everybody? And my mic voice.
Yeah. We already Time already was in the chat earlier. Let me see if Time in there now. But Time was ready. He ready for that. Hold up, what I do? That's Stephen A. Smith. Hold on, let me pull that out of there.
I still see you.
Yeah, I don't know how I took you off the screen.
There you go.
All right, there it is. There it is. See if I can add this to the screen. There it is. All right, yeah. So yeah, man, we got a couple topics though that I want to go into. I want to talk about the Kawhi Leonard situation and Steve Ballmer. Then I want your opinion on this double standard. Have you heard any of the like what's going on with this Druski, the comedian who caused a big uproar when he dressed up in whiteface. He a black guy, comedian. He dressed up in whiteface at a NASCAR, like race or one of those NASCAR events.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I want to talk about Angel Reese a little bit.
Okay.
But let's start off with the Kawhi situation, right? Because Kawhi allegations going on, against Kawhi and the guy Steve Ballmer of the Los Angeles Clippers. People are saying that Kawhi, and they conspired with a no-show type of contract, right? So they signed a contract, but it was basically a no-show, so they can kind of like get around that spending cap or the salary cap for the NBA.
Yeah.
And it was a $28 million deal, endorsement deal for a no-show job. That's what ESPN reported. The deal was fraudulent. See, I don't even have my glasses on. The deal was fraudulent. And I think they said the other guy, what was the guy? Steve Ballmer invested $50 million in this deal. Yeah, he funded $50 million by the Clippers owner Steve Ballmer, according to the documents obtained by Pablo Torre. Right? Now, are you familiar with what happened with Joe Smith with the what was that? The Minnesota Timberwolves? When Joe Smith, it was sort of the same thing. They kind of like tried to pay Joe Smith under the table, the Minnesota Timberwolves. So this is back when Kevin Garnett was there. But and who was the guy? Who was the commissioner then? Was the guy who was before this guy here?
You talking about David Stern was there?
Stern, yeah. Stern put the kibosh on that. And he stopped that, right? But the thing about this that really caught me is Stephen A. Smith. If you look at this right here, what ESPN posted, it got Kawhi in big bold letters. Kawhi signed $28 million endorsement deal for a no-show job. And you have a picture of Kawhi down in the corner. Under that, you got deal was fraudulent, tree planting company, funded by $50 million. Clippers owner Steve Ballmer in small print, no picture. I was like, once I saw that, I was like, now, if these two, if they conspired together, right, and that's what the allegations, if it's a conspiracy, why have one guy in small print, then the other guy, like no picture at all, and Stephen A. Smith came on and just was, big up in the Bombers and his organization, his family, and I was like, this guy Stephen A. Smith, man, is a piece of work, man. What do you think about this, Clayton?
To me, it's a. I'll say this. Let me say this. Stephen A. Smith likes to align himself with people that he thinks that can be beneficial to him and his career.
Yeah.
And true company man. He told us all he was a true company man.
Yeah.
And he always seems to side with the corporations over the players in most cases. And I just think this was shameful, for him to just go in and just constantly beating Kawhi down and dragging his name. First and foremost, he has no kind of validity in terms of Kawhi's injury or not. Mm-hmm. So for him to always say Kawhi don't show up for work, he don't want to play. Mm-hmm. When I know San Antonio questioned his injury, but if the man say he's injured, he's injured. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt. And then he contradicts himself because he says when the guy's on the floor, he's a hard worker, he's a baller, he's a superstar. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to me, a person like that, that's motivated, that works on his game, I don't think he's just gonna fake an injury just to not play. Now, he may have did that to get out of San Antonio. Who knows? But in LA, in the Clippers, I believe he's hurt. I really believe he's hurt. You know what I mean? And just Stephen A is just, man. It's like he quick to side with Steve Ball. He quick to side with the NFL. He quick to side with these kind of people, man. And them brothers, boy, they catch hell, man. And another thing, he's got that extra grind. I think he's still upset, that he was wrong when the Raptors beat Golden State. I think he's still mad at that. I think he somewhere down the line, maybe Kawhi just didn't offer him an interview or something. Can't get close to Kawhi. Kawhi don't talk much. You know what I'm saying? So, it ain't beneficial for Stephen A to side with Kawhi in this situation.
Yeah. That's true. Let me Tom chimed in. Tom said, I believe Stephen A. Snitch wants to destroy a black athlete. If I say any more, I'm going to become very disrespectful. I believe, I'll keep my mouth shut. Kwame Brown, Antonio Brown, Kaepernick, Kyrie Irving.
Yep.
And that's true. Remember, what was the guy? Josh Giddey had some allegations against him for having a relationship with somebody who was a minor, somebody who was underage. Do you know who Josh Giddey is?
No. Who?
Josh Giddey is an Australia basketball player. He played with the Oklahoma. He played with OKC.
Okay.
Right. So when the allegations came out, this kid is Josh Giddey, like I say, Australian. The girl supposedly was 15, right? And Stephen A. Smith came on and said, well, let's not jump the gun. Let's wait till all of the evidence and everything.
Yeah.
All the evidence and everything come out, right? Yeah. And so a week, a little while later, some kid from the Houston Rockets get into a same situation. No, a domestic violence situation. And Stephen A. Smith, black guy, Stephen A. Smith said, well, there's no room for this in the league without even investigating. Then it come to find out that the guy, the girl falsely accused the guy and, had him arrested for nothing. Stephen A. Smith, man, is a piece of work, man. He definitely is a piece of work. Another incident. Who was the guy, the MMA guy who smacked his wife in the bar?
Wasn't the guy that run it?
White.
Dana White.
Yeah, Dana White. Stephen A. Smith. I know Dana White. Dana White is my friend. Dana White is a great man.
Yep.
I mean, he make it so obvious, like what his agenda is.
Yes.
And like you said, he don't really have no credibility. Definitely don't have no credibility. But if these allegations are true against Kawhi and the guy, what's his name, Steve Ballmer, if they are true, you can't separate these two and make, like Kawhi the fall guy without bringing down Ballmer. Or do you think it's a chance that they might try to do that?
Let me say this. In no way, shape, or form is Kawhi guilty of anything. If that owner decided to try to circumvent the salary cap to give Kawhi more money. That's the choice he made.
Right.
And I don't know how. I don't know how they're gonna be able to separate Steve Ballmer from this company when he gave him $50 million and he's a partner. He's part owner in that company. I don't care how much other people gave. He gave money, and he admitted to making the introduction. Right? That's what he says. You know, sponsors come in, they want you to make an introduction, activate it, or whatever the case may be. I don't know how you separate Ballmer from this. And also, what would the company stand to gain by just giving Kawhi $28 million for nothing? What are they getting out of that?
Right.
But the Clippers is getting something out of it.
Right. Yeah.
You got Kawhi Leonard, you got them happy. You know, that's all I can give you under the cap, but I got another extra 28 coming. You understand? They are benefiting more than anybody else. I don't see how this company is benefiting.
Right. Yeah. So it looks like that this is probably just like a shell company, or like a front to funnel that money to Kawhi. But like you said, you can't really separate the two.
No.
Let me see what Time said. Urban, I never liked Stephen A. Snitch, a brother who was out of New York, in a borough with Kenny Smith, Mark Jackson, Skip to My Lou, and some great underground players out of Queens. He was horrible. Facts.
Shit. I don't even think Stephen A. played with none of them guys.
No, I don't think. No, I don't think he played with none of those guys either. Yeah. I don't see a way where Ballmer did say though in his statement, Kawhi signed his contract way before this other deal came up. So right there, he trying to say, well, I made the introduction, and that was between Kawhi and the people that that he signed a deal with. So I'm out the picture. Which I don't think people gonna buy that though.
Yeah, it's just hard. It's just hard to buy that. Like, even if he signed it early on before the deal, he might have told him, "Listen, this is what I'm gonna give you, but I got something coming down the pike. Gonna give you some more. We're gonna get around this cap." There's a lot of owners have gotten around the cap before.
Yeah. Or at least tried.
At least tried.
Yeah. Eastside, welcome back to the chat, Eastside. Yeah, Stephen A. is a snake, man. I think that like I said, with the Joe Smith situation and with the Minnesota Timberwolves, they tried to pay Joe Smith under the table. I keep forgetting that the commissioner name who was back the Stern caught on to it, and he just he just cut it. He just put the kibosh on the deal, penalized the Minnesota Timberwolves, and he penalized Joe Smith. Now, the thing about that, though, is Joe Smith, the Minnesota Timberwolves is all right. It's okay. Joe Smith, the one who really took the brunt of that. Because I forgot what team Joe Smith wound up going to. I forgot, but that basically
was it Joe Smith out of Maryland?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was going to play over there with Kevin Garnett.
He just was recently in the news. Well, not in the news, but on them YouTube streets, because his wife had that OnlyFans thing going on. Remember?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
that's tough. Yeah.
That is tough. Let me see. Time say Ray Lewis is just like Stephen A. Snitch. I keep telling people about Ray Lewis. The brother was in a situation with somebody who passed, was involved with brother Shannon Sharp, and let me see, Sharp facts backs it up. Yeah,
no, Shannon Sharp had his back.
Oh, Shannon Sharp had his back. Oh, my fault.
Yeah, he went to stay with Shannon and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was staying with Shannon for a minute. Yeah,
I didn't know that. What? Oh, okay. But Shannon wasn't in Baltimore at that time, though.
Yeah, he was. Yep, that's when they made the Super Bowl run. It was right before the start of that season, that 2000 season. Yep.
So Ray Lewis had 2 Super Bowl rings?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's Ed Reed that only had 1 then, because Ed Reed came at. Okay, all right.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, because he won MVP of the Super Bowl. Ray Lewis in 2000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Eastside say, I can't wait to hear you guys take on Angel Reese.
Remember, Mike, I said a long time ago, she wanted out. Remember?
Yeah. Tunk,
Is
what's
that
good,
Tunk?
Jack?
Oh, what's good, man?
What's up, man?
Man, out here moving this city around. Boy, it's a mess down there, boy.
Hey, Tunk.
It's a mess down here.
I told Clayton I was going across. I tried to go across. I couldn't get up from West Baltimore to East Baltimore.
Yeah.
I tried to go across Northern Parkway and Cold Spring Lane. They had all that backed off.
Yeah, all that blocked off for that bicycle race, man. It's a mess out here, man.
Oh, okay.
Look, right, I know y'all probably touched on. I wanted to jump on real quick. That Kawhi Leonard.
That's what we talking about.
Right? Yeah. So look, right. Can he get in trouble? I know the owner can, but can he get in trouble?
So I was just saying to Mike, I don't care what they might try to do that, but to him, he is at 0 fault. None. Because if the team wanted to pay him and they try to circumvent, get around the salary cap or whatever, that's on them.
Hey, listen, he ain't draw up that contract.
Exactly.
Yeah, he ain't draw that up. He just signed it. He just worried about getting his bag. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
You can't fault him for it.
Yep.
Oh man, I know this guy. I already know what this guy said. You ain't even got to play it. Oh,
no, I ain't play the clip.
No, I ain't gonna play. I'm just saying. Look at this picture though, Tunk.
Yeah.
They got a picture of Kawhi Leonard. They got Kawhi, like big bold letters. Kawhi signs $28 million endorsement deal for no show job. Then at the bottom they got $50 million. Clippers owners Steve Ballmer in small print. Like
the thing about it, man, and we all know this ain't the first time something like this has happened. Mike, you talked about the Joe Smith thing. I don't even remember that. I still don't remember that. You talk about that. I'm sure it happens a lot. But so you know what I mean? You got to deal with the fallback of it. You got so
Yep. And I don't know how. I was telling Mike, I don't know how they're gonna try to separate Ballmer from this company and the Clippers from it, because the company, for one, what are they even doing? Because an investigation, they're gonna investigate that company, what kind of profits it's making, what they're doing.
Right.
So it can easily be discovered it's a shell company, if that's what it is, like Mike said, if that's what it is. If not, what are they gaining from paying Kawhi $28 million? What are they going to get in return for that?
Right. The return on their investment.
Right. But who's getting something? Who's getting something for Kawhi? The Clippers.
Clippers. Man. Yeah, it's what's the name, man? It's crazy, but they gonna try to make Kawhi the fall guy. You know what I mean? And because they say him and his uncle, they trying to put that narrative out there. Him and his uncle, got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm not doubting that at all. But they didn't come up with this idea. I don't think Kawhi and his uncle came up with this idea. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They was saying, man, make sure we get paid.
Even if they did, like the owner, what you had to twist his arm? What would you had to twist his arm or find a check laying around or something? He got to be complicit.
Don't rule this out, fellas. Don't rule this out, because if that's a separate endorsement deal, then there's no foul play. Because can't nobody make that company not give him money for nothing. That's between him and the company. So don't rule this out. Don't rule that being the findings, so that it lets Steve Ballmer and the Clippers off the hook, and Kawhi can't get in trouble for that.
But what I think, right? I'm not 100% certain on this, but what I think, that wasn't a separate endorsement deal. that was all under his contract with the team.
Well, Ballmer's saying it's not. Ballmer's saying that's a separate endorsement deal.
Okay.
Yeah. So if they do prove, like you said, if that was a separate endorsement deal, and they didn't require Kawhi Leonard to go out and promote, that's on them and Kawhi. That's between those two.
Yeah.
If he didn't make a commercial, he didn't make any special appearances or anything like that. That's just between them.
And the contract states that.
Oh, okay.
The contract states that.
He don't have to do anything?
He's not obligated to do anything. Yes.
Yeah. Is that good or bad, though?
Why can it be bad on Kawhi?
Yeah.
Especially if it's not a publicly traded company.
So if
I don't know.
If it's a separate deal, why are they talking about it violates the salary cap? Why are they saying that?
Because they believe because Steve Ballmer is part owner of that company. He did that to circumvent the salary cap, to give Kawhi more money, and it don't go against the cap. He cheating in a sense.
It is. That is what it is. That is what it is. Yeah.
I believe it is. Yeah.
That's definitely what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. This dude invested $50 million in this company. Steve Ballmer.
Well, they trying to say that he was ripped off for $50 million now, though.
He's saying that. He's trying to say that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Fraudulent, but it is. I think reports can show that it is like a fraudulent company or something. I think that is out there to some degree. But yeah, man.
But to me, Kawhi is, Kawhi, real quiet dude or whatever. If this was KD, if this was LeBron, if this was Ja Morant, if this was Jason, any other superstar, man, they would be getting killed for it.
Or Kyrie. Imagine if it was Kyrie.
Right. If it was Kyrie, they'd be getting killed for it. But the type of dude that Kawhi is, off the radar, real quiet, don't say too much. You know what I'm saying?
Steven ain't trying to kill him.
Yeah, he trying to drag him.
Well, we all know why.
Yeah.
We all know why because of that. You know what I'm saying? Stephen A, man. But hey, and another thing before I go, I know y'all probably touched on this too. The Ray Lewis, Shannon Sharp thing.
Mm-hmm.
The Ray Lewis, Shannon Sharp thing. Right now, I haven't agreed with a lot of stuff Ray Lewis has said. Like his whole career. I ain't got a lot of, things I agree with Ray. I don't think what Ray said was bad. I just don't think you say that publicly.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you move in a certain way, Clayton or Mike, and I say, man, Mike, that ain't cool. Clayton, that ain't cool, man. You shouldn't be doing this, that, and this, that, and this. That's fine. That's what brothers do. You don't go on that platform and say that. That's the only thing, you know what I'm saying, issue I got with it.
Real quick, I'm gonna co-sign your point, Tom, because I agree with you. But real quick, Arch Manning got 4 TDs so far today.
Oh.
4 touchdown passes, 100-some yards. His completion percentage is excellent. I just wanted to tap in real quick. But anyway.
They playing Dunbar.
Hey, whatever the case may be, whatever. I'm just saying, you know how people jump on one game and they go crazy.
But anyway, but yeah, I know that they playing Southwestern. But that Ray Lewis thing.
I agree with you, right? I didn't think it was too salacious, but here again, the guy asked him, "Are you surprised how good and successful?" He said, "No." And that's all it should have been. Yeah, I knew he would be successful in media. He decided to go into the content and all that. And I thought that was a little unfair. And then he mentioned his family. He said the drinking, because stuff that happened in his family, he didn't want to follow that. So now you're suggesting that it's an alcohol problem in Shannon's family.
Yeah.
See, like I say, you don't go out there and say that. If him and Shannon, even if they grew distant, where they not as close as they used to be.
Yeah.
You can still call them. You know what I mean? You can still call them. You know what I'm saying? But you know.
And Tump, Eastside bring up a point too. Eastside legend. He says, I have a bigger problem with Ray Lewis bringing on that man's podcast, period. Not a fan of that guy at all. That's Patrick Big David, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what podcast. I didn't even know what podcast he was on. Okay.
So a lot of people see
PBD.
Yeah, PDD as like almost like a opportunist or a vulture, like a culture vulture when it comes to capitalizing on content, content coming out of our community. So that's a good point too that Eastside bring up.
But a lot of guys going there, like everybody loves Kobe. Kobe sat down with the guy. Okay. A lot of people is giving this guy credibility. Whether Ron Artest, Meta World Peace, he sat down with him. Cat Williams sat down with him. You know, a lot of people giving that guy a stamp though.
Yeah, I never knew Cat Williams sat down with him and Kobe Bryant.
Oh yeah, Kobe Bryant. They was on stage on theirs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had a big
So Tom says if we are teammates and you was in a situation where nobody passed, I had your back, and you come out publicly, start talking about me, we're going to have to handle that like men. Well, what are we talking about? Yeah. I didn't know until Clayton just told me that Ray Lewis was even staying with Shannon Sharpe at that time when he had.
I didn't know that either. I knew Shannon, you know what I mean, was in court with him and all that, supporting him when he was going through it. But I ain't know he was staying with him. Yeah, I ain't know that.
Yeah, Ray felt a little ambush by Shannon when he went on the Skip Bayless, the Undisputed show. And I think when Shannon started coming at him like that, I think he felt a little ambush. Like, damn, brother, you told me like this? Huh?
Because the thing with the kneeling thing.
Yeah, with Kaepernick.
Yeah. See, that, you know what I mean? We can go down a whole nother road with that. But the thing about it is with Ray, like I said, I really don't side with Ray Lewis when it comes to almost anything. But I don't think what he said was bad. It's just where he said it.
Yeah.
Shannon should have been the first one to hear Ray say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
you know what? And back then, with the whole kneeling thing, I really wasn't. I had a different prism at that time, and I revisited this week. I revisited that whole episode, and I kind of understood a little bit what Ray was saying when he was saying that if we don't care about killing each other, how can you expect these millionaire owners to do something about it? He made a valid point with that.
That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah.
So that's the second thing I agree with what he said. That's the second thing I agree with what he said. But now see, Tom make a good point. I see the comment up, Mike. And if somebody was saying that, like, it could be just an act, what Shannon is doing with the Black and Mild and the Hennessy, right? Like, he's really not consuming that stuff.
Right.
It's just like a put on, right? So then you say, is that a good look? So you to act like you drinking and you act like you smoking Black and Mild. You know what I'm saying? If you're not really doing it. So, sensationalism sells, embellishment sells. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? But that's another thing. So if you don't drink, why even act like you do?
Right. It's just like actors in Hollywood, like Sidney Poitiers of the world and stuff. They're not taking certain roles because of what it perpetuates.
That's right, man.
You know what I'm saying? So and Shannon does drink on his podcast because he's got his own liquor.
I was about to say that. I seen him drinking on his podcast. Yeah, I seen that. So I mean, but I just Ray getting raked over the coals, and I think Ray did things in the past that he should have got raked over the coals. Not necessarily this. Not necessarily this.
No. And you know, I missed Jim's point last week. Jim made a good point last week. He said it seems like the roles are reversed. Because remember when Ray Lewis was here early days with the Ravens, they wasn't winning yet. Every other week he was getting in an incident, whether it was at Windsor Mill over a girl, some type of assault. It was every other week, man. And he was out partying. I seen him in a Luke video dancing. You know, so right.
You hear Miami boy, so yeah, you know Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miami boy. You know Luke gonna bring him in. And then you up there talking about what's the name? You know, they used to have a happy hour up there in them up Martin's West. They used to have a happy hour up there, and them Ravens players used to be all up there all the time. Van Morris got into it up there one time with a chick. Van Morris did, yeah. Him and his wife, Mike the chick up there, and saying the hallway. Him and his wife, Mike the chick up there. Yeah.
And I know a female I went to school with. She was trying to blame her child. She was trying to say Ray Lewis was the father of her child. It wound up not being true.
Oh wow!
But yeah, and you know him, Mike. You know him. I think Paul. I shouldn't have said his name, but you know him. Yeah.
Let me.
I shouldn't have said his name.
It's all good. We great move on anyway. Let me.
Let me go to man. I got to jet out of here, man. Good seeing y'all, fellas.
Hey, man.
Talk to y'all soon, man.
All right, Tom.
All right, man. Respect.
All right, appreciate you, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What Tom said? What you're saying, OG? He should have kept it in the locker room. Is what you're saying behind closed doors. But when people feel that way about you, and you say it publicly, they never liked you. That's my stance, right? I think that Ray Lewis probably was hurt from that situation that when Shannon Sharpe took his stance about the kneeling situation, right? And I think the reason why Shannon Sharpe probably went at Ray Lewis about the kneeling situation is because Shannon Sharpe was trying to climb that corporate ladder at the time. And he didn't mind just, throwing his buddy Ray Lewis under the bus. So Ray was like, you threw me under the bus, then here's my time for some get back. And I think that's all that stemmed from.
Yep. Even Shannon said that. It's time to get their lick back. He said it out his own mouth.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So yes, and that's basically, in my opinion, that's what it boiled down to.
Let
me see. Eastside says that Shannon lost more credibility with me for getting involved with that young girl, with that young white girl, right? And so, I think like with Shannon giving life advice and then he go out and make this kind of mistake, that's not a good look. It's just not a good look. Like, why not take your own advice? Then on top of that, he was warned by Monique, get somebody your own age.
And what's going too? Adele, what's that girl off the talk? Cheryl Underwood too.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot she was on there and told him, you need somebody that's closer to your has your mentality and your makeup and yet closer to your age. So I forgot. I like that interview when Cheryl Underwood was on there. I like that interview too because she was making some good points. Let me see. That tit for tat, that's a woman trait.
Tom don't hold back, boy. Tom don't hold back. I fuck with him.
Time to drag him, Jack. Dragging him. Yeah, but my final word though on this Kawhi Leonard situation is that I don't think that they'll be able to separate and make Kawhi the fall guy without taking down, the Clipper organization and Steve Ballmer too. So I'm thinking they're gonna find a way to get out of that situation.
I think Kawhi might come forward and just say it was a separate deal. He might to help the Clippers.
So if he come forward and say it was a separate deal to help the Clippers, right?
To help them get out of the situation. Career, though? Huh?
What would that do to his? Because so if you're gonna take the blame, you're gonna be the fall guy, then what would that do to his career? Like, what would be the penalty for that?
Why would it be one? Why would he be at fault if a company wanted to pay him $20 million to endorse something, but didn't require him to do anything? Why would he be at fault at that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. So yeah, I mean, if he can take the blame and take the fall without the Clippers being able to held accountable, then I guess you're right.
It's just that a lot of the media people, they won't really buy it. Like the guy that broke the story, they'll probably keep digging at it. Yeah. But I don't see how Kawhi can be blamed for a company that wanted to sign him to a contract and have him do nothing. I don't see how he's wrong for that. Yeah. They wanted his celebrity, but they didn't ask his celebrity to do anything. The problem is it's going to be almost impossible to not make that be a Clipper thing. Because I don't see what the company get out of that. Yeah. Not unless more stuff come out about the company and they was into fraudulent things. I don't know, but still, they paying Kawhi, and I don't think there's no record of Kawhi doing anything for that company.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So Tom said, my final word is that Stephen A. Snitch is trying to find something on Kawhi Leonard, acting like he is trying to find out what's going on with the organization when it's about Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah. Stephen A.'s interest is only Kawhi. Yeah. He's not. He had to be reminded. When they first talked about the story, he was Kawhi. He had to be reminded. Well, investigation, he said, well, yeah, I think investigation should have happened. But yeah, and he went right back to Kawhi. His only interest is Kawhi in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Angel Reese, right?
Yeah.
So Angel Reese came out and made a statement that her teammate, like, she's tired of what's going on with her team. She wants better teammates. Basically, she's saying she's disappointed in the way the season has gone. She's not about that. And if they don't get better players in there, then she's going to roll out. So they made her, she had to walk that statement back. They made her walk that statement back. So what do you feel about, and I also want Eastside, if Eastside's still on here, to chime in on that, about what Angel Reese said about her teammates.
Well, they might have asked her to walk the statement back, but they suspended her ass.
Yeah.
No, I ain't talking about the WNBA. She got her 1 game suspension last night. The Chicago Sky suspended her for half of the next game coming up. Ooh. Yes. And Ariel Atkins, she made a statement. She like, I'm over all this shit. Like she said, if I was young, that might have affected me, but right now, I just don't care. So I just feel like as a team leader, you're supposed to be a team leader, so to speak. That's not true leadership to me.
Right.
You don't throw your team under the bus like that and complain like that publicly. What if last year, when her shooting percentage was horrible, she was missing all them layups and stuff like that? What if other teammates drag her like that? What would her position be? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, to say we need better players, that's shitting on everybody on your team.
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah. So
let's see. And Angel Reese has she has like a mean girl type of, like, and let me play some of what Jason Whitlock said about her. Like, she don't have like a lot of players that play with her. She, like, she kind of wears on them, and then people want to get away from her.
Flajay Johnson. I thought they was tight as thieves. Look at this. They no longer even talk.
Yeah. So let me play some of what Jason Whitlock said about Angel Reese.
Back time for a little as the exit the Chicago Sky, other than Caitlin Clark. Let's start with, can we pull up the quotes that she gave to the Chicago Tribune that started all this mess? I've been telling you all that Angel Reese wants out of Chicago. She's a front runner. She's going to, I said this very early in this season, she's going to be looking to exit the Chicago Sky. The going has gotten tough. And when the going gets tough, Angel Reese gets going, just ask Marilyn. But let me just start with some of her quotes that have ignited the internet and got a lot of people talking about what her intentions are. She told the Chicago Tribune, "I'm not settling for the same SHIT we did this year. We have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me. I'm willing and wanting to play with the best. And however I can help to get the best here, that's what I'm going to do this offseason. So it's going to be very, very important this offseason to make sure we attract the best of the best because we can't settle for what we have this year. I am very vocal about what we need and what I want. I'd like to be here for my career, but if things don't pan out, obviously, I might have to move in a different direction and do what's best for me. But while I'm here, I'm going to try to stay open-minded about what I have here and maximize that as much as I can."
All right. Now she said, like, I don't know, like what makes her like think like she is like at that. I've never even heard like Michael Jordan or LeBron James or none of those guys talk like that about their teammates. I don't get it. Like, why she thinks she would be able to get away with saying something like that? Why she even think that that's cool?
Hey, I want to know who she thinks will be willing to come play with her after you come out publicly and throw your team under the bus like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I joked and told somebody that I hope they do get I hope these young ladies do get a raise because then they could go out and hire a publicist because they just be stepping on their own toes, saying these comments like, and that's that mean girl type mentality. Like, you know, like we done heard other young ladies in the WNBA make statements like, "Oh, wow, she said that." You know, and let me see. Eastside Legend said Flau'jae Johnson was on a Shannon Sharp podcast and basically said she does not talk to Angel Reese because of some of her locker room situations, she said. And that can be, you know, that can be believable because she just wears on people with some of the, you know.
And Flau'jae mother and Angel Reese mother got into it. Did you know that?
I heard they got into it.
Yeah, over the grades and stuff like that, different things. Yeah, man. I just don't get it. I don't get it, but that's her attitude, man. I also know someone here locally that had an encounter with her during a basketball game. She walked past her and called her a bitch, a coach. And she was a player.
She was a player at the time and called the coach.
Called the coach a bit, according to the coach, allegedly. So Angel's not on here to defend herself. I'm not gonna say who the coach was, but I'm very close to the situation. Very extremely close to the situation. And I don't believe this person is lying.
Well, who was the young lady that transferred to LSU? Was it Haley Van Lith? Is that the young lady played there? And then after that, she was like, "Nah, I can't do this."
Yep, Haley Van Lith. Yep.
Wow. Yeah, man.
Yep. You should have seen some of her facial expressions sometimes sitting in the presser with Angel, Haley Van Lith. You should have seen some of her facial expressions sometimes listening to her. Yeah.
Well, I seen her like, I could tell the way she played when she played with her that she didn't have any confidence in her game. And then in the huddles and stuff like that, she was like almost like disengaged. She was ready to be out of there when it came to playing with Angel Reese. Let me see. Eastside said, I see this coming a mile away. She's going to try and force her way out. And don't be surprised if Shaq's give her guidance on this because he said he's advising her. Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. See, Reebok already in bed with her. But I you know, so and if you guys get a chance, you watch that documentary. It's on Netflix, but they're already in bed with her. But I wouldn't be surprised at some point there's not a fracture in their relationship, Shaq and hers.
Yeah.
You know, because trying to advise her, but then she's constantly going out doing something different. Yeah, you're going against the grain too much. Now they trying, you know, Reebok built their brand on unapologetically be you. They told Allen Iverson, be you. They celebrated that. So they want people in that kind of vein, right? But it's a difference of being unapologetically you and then being toxic.
Yeah.
You know, and being like you said, wearing on your teammates and not being a good teammate. Whatever they say about AI, he was a good teammate, regardless.
Yeah.
You know, so I wouldn't be surprised, man, if it creates some kind of fracture in Shaquille and her relationship. Because she's not doing things right now that shines a bright light on that brand, on that Reebok brand, you know, and the people that she in business with, you know.
Yeah. So and Tom, I agree with Tom. Tom said, and her apology was a little weak too for that press conference. Yeah, her apology, it seemed like it was forced, and somebody advised her to walk it back. Let me see. Let me say this, fellas. If these kids in Chicago's mother was to say, let me say, if everybody else kids got guns, why can't my child have a gun? What would we say? Angel Reese mother can say everybody missed layups.
Yeah, so yeah, like she said that before, like my daughter ain't the only one that missed layups or something like that. I think, yeah. Man, listen.
Yeah, so that makes it cool. It's fine.
But this attitude, man.
Yeah.
This attitude, you know. And she's smelling herself because, you know, she did improve this year. So she's really smelling herself right now.
Do you think it's that she's smelling her? I think that even if she didn't improve this year, I think she still would probably, because I think there's a certain amount of delusion there too. Yeah. Because she been like this for the whole whole run through high school, college, and now, you know. And
but
I agree, she is smelling herself. That's on top of
oh. But see, coming out going to Maryland, I think she was a star or something.
Yeah.
Smelling herself. When they went to LSU, she became big, smelling herself. Last year, she wasn't like this. She was, you know, she was a little bit more humble. I love my vets. I want us to do better. Now she improved. She back to that, you know what I'm saying? She back to that smelling herself thing again, like what I want. It's a deal breaker for me. You know, it's all about her.
Yeah. So I think that's a good point too, right? Tom said, what's sad about this is you have brothers like Shaquille O'Neal, Ryan Clark, and other people promoting her terrible way of playing basketball and making excuses for her. So let's talk about that, right? Because when you enable that type of behavior, you enable that, and then when it, you know, it backfires on her and it don't work to her benefit, then she's still not, she's going to want to blame somebody else then when it comes down to it.
You haven't heard one of them, Ron Clark especially, you haven't heard him make any kind of content or video about this recent thing, her throwing her team under the bus. Nobody said a word.
You're right about it. Yeah. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. She quick to jump out the window for, you know, defending against RG3 or some of these other people. Quick.
Yeah.
But now, you know, and Shaq do a weekly podcast too. He do a podcast.
Yeah. So let me say this. Lotus Flowers Maya says, do you even watch the games? Yeah, I watched. Yeah. I watched the games. Yeah, we watched Angel play, and her game don't constitute her to give her a, you know, to be able to do something like this. You know, and I even said, remember we talked about last week how I praised Asia Wilson for not throwing, you know, they was under 500. And, you know, they could have gave up. She could have gave up on her teammates, her coaching and all that. Then they went on a 12-game winning streak. You know what I mean?
So it's 13 now.
Yeah, you're right. Cause they gave the links that work. She gave Fee that work. But anyway, yeah. So that's like true leadership when you under 500 as the Aces were, and now they on a 12-game winning streak. You know, you don't even give yourself a chance to grow, or it might not have happened this season, but you know, she may have been able to inspire one of her teammates to get into the gym and over the summertime and just rededicate themselves and work harder. But not you can't do that publicly like that. So
yeah,
man. So what Tom said, never in my life have I heard Caitlin Clark saying I don't want to play with these, you know, with these team players. I need better players. I heard players of a selfish player play a selfish player. Caitlin Clark is not a selfish player, basically, is what he's saying. I mean, you know, and Caitlin Clark, though, handle like situations, like she handled her public situation the way she's supposed to. She, you know, she say all the right things. Caitlin Clark say all the right things. Like it seems like she has media training, more so media training. I don't know if it's her father who, you know what I mean, who's in her ear about, you know, how to conduct herself publicly and what's cool to say. But somebody need to.
You see, I'm not sure that Angel don't have that, because Angel is very popular. She's got a lot of money and she has a team. She has a team around. She has an agent. She has people working on her behalf. So I'm not so sure she don't have those things.
Yeah. Well, I think though, if Angel, all right, let's say the Angel do have people around her and people are advising her and she's not taking that advice, that's, you know.
Well, we just said it. Shaq said he's advising. He's one of the people in her ear.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal. You know?
I just think that's crazy, man. I guess, yeah. Let me see. Wasabi says that have you seen LeBron James video in China shooting bricks on bricks? People in China don't love him like they used to love Kobe.
Or AI.
You know why? And I'm gonna tell you why people don't really take to LeBron. Because people who like basketball and love basketball, they know basketball. You just can't go out there and fake it, and you got to be real. Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, man, their passion for the game. What was their passion for the game? It was real, wasn't it? You could feel that.
Yeah.
You just can't fake that and think people going, especially to people who love the game.
Yeah.
That's not it. That's not it. So yeah, man, you know, Asian people, Australian people, you know, ain't no different from U.S. You know, people over here, people who love the game.
Right.
You know,
everybody's connected. We're interconnected. So when you do things that come from the heart, people feel it, no matter where their background's from.
Yeah,
when you come from the heart, people feel it.
Can't say it no better than that.
Yeah.
Can't say it no better than that. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Eastside said instead of celebrate with her teammates, you know, see, I don't know.
Let me ask you this, Mike, and everybody in the chat. How y'all feel about her snubbing Candace Parker when they retired Candace Parker jersey in Chicago because Candace said ranked her in the tier. Now, Candace very complimentary of her, but the way she ranked her, Angel seemed to have a problem with that. So everybody's wearing Candace Parker's shirts except her.
I saw that.
How y'all feel about that? Yeah.
That gave me yeah, man, that kind of like, yeah, that wasn't cool. I didn't think she made it about her, you know, and she took this, you know, she took it personally. I just think, and I just think that her attitude, I think she's just gonna burn bridges, and by the time her career over with, like whatever you do within those, whatever, like however long your career, that's it. Because you gonna want you still want endorsement deals. You still want a job, maybe in media or press. Like, you can't burn those bridges like that.
See, this is what's. Go ahead, Mike. No, go ahead.
I don't think you'd be able to burn those bridges and then not come back to haunt you once your career is over with.
This is what's helping her. We're in the age of social media. Everybody know that, right? And when you brass like that, you have attitude. Especially, being an African-American woman, you standing on business, you speaking truth. They call it truth to power, all this, all this kind of stuff. People on social media, they rallying around her. So she got a huge following, and that's what's helping her right now. This is why she's getting endorsement deals and stuff like that. So it's almost like it's a market. Even she came out, I'll be that villain, whatever. It's a market for that. You know what I mean? Especially in the age we in now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's really what's helping her. But I don't that attitude, man, is serious.
Yeah, it is serious. Let me see. Tom says, I keep telling you, Urban, I keep telling you why she handles herself like that. It's because of her father. It's why you shouldn't be emotional. He's teaching his daughter to go with the punches, and that's Caitlin's pop. Yeah, and I always say, I remember the time Caitlin Clark was complaining to the refs, and her father would, yell like, shut up and play basketball. In front of the whole, and that's, you gotta have somebody in your ear who gonna tell you what you need to hear instead of what you want to hear.
He was yelling at her ass.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Right. And so
yeah. I don't know about Angel's situation. I'm not gonna say her father's not in her life. I don't know that to be true. I don't know that to be true though.
I don't know. I know I played basketball with him a few times when he was up at Loyola.
Who?
Mike Reese.
You did?
Yeah.
So
I don't know like how close they are or anything. I always see their mother and I see the brother, but I never see Mike anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me see, man. I just I don't know what's gonna happen with this situation. But somebody said that they may see her leaving Chicago and going to play in Dallas, teaming up in Dallas with Paige Beckers and Enrique.
I don't think Enrique is going to be in Dallas much longer.
You don't think so?
No.
Whoa.
Nope. I think Enrique going to wind up going to another team. Yeah, I think they building that thing around Paige down there.
Yeah. I do that. But I was hoping that Enrique, I do see them building around Paige, right? And I was hoping that Enrique stay there because, I mean, Paige, Enrique, and I keep forgetting that tall, that big white girl. She is a bucket, man. I forgot her name. She is a bucket, though. Oh man, I watched one of their games. I was like, oh, she nice. But that's what their talk is, that she want to go down there with them.
Who, Angel?
Yeah. Eastside said, oh yeah, Clayton, that was another thing about Angel Reese, OMG, that was foul.
I'm trying to figure out what he talking about.
Yeah.
We say so much, but yeah.
Angel Reese just, I don't know what's going to become of, that situation with her down there though. But all right, man. I got one more topic I want to cover. Now, this dude Druski. I don't know. Have you heard about this comedian Druski?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, goes viral. Goes viral with controversial white face at NASCAR, right? So I'm gonna play a little bit of it. And
is that him right there?
Yeah, that's Druski. He is in white.
Boy, he looked white. He looked from what I'm looking at.
Whoever did his makeup,
they did good.
Yeah, they did a good job with the makeup. All right, I'm gonna stop it right there because they started playing the music, right? But let me what and this was controversial, like because a lot of people said that it's not cool for Druski to be able to do whiteface, and then if white people do blackface, then that's and so they saying it's a double standard. Basically, like that wasn't cool what Druski did. So what's your take on it?
Well, I remember Eddie Murphy doing a skit.
Yeah, I remember.
And he was painted like a white man.
Yeah.
And I remember somebody else did something, a skit, looking for a job. Yeah, Dave Chappelle, looking for a job. I wouldn't consider that whiteface necessarily. I just put it in the category of impressions and him doing like kind of what they did in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. That blackface was something different.
It hit different.
That was something different. Yeah, that was something different.
Hit different. But let me say this after I read. Town said it's not funny when the shoe is on the other foot. I guess you'll never see another blackface, huh? Yeah, I mean, and see, all right, so I feel like how can I tell somebody white not to be offended when we do, you know what I mean? Like if somebody was to dress up, you know what I mean? So just like I would want them to listen to my concerns, I have to, listen to their concerns, right? So if somebody, and that's why I wish, I was like, if Jim would have came on, he could give us his point of view.
Yeah.
If Jim say, all right, man, I'm offended for, and not just Jim, but any white person say, I'm offended when a black person do whiteface. I don't think that's cool. I think it's a double standard. So that's something that I think that, all right.
That blackface was really playing on real bad stereotypes.
Yeah.
With the lips and you know what I'm saying?
Historically, that the meaning for that blackface, like you said, it promoted real negative stereotypes. Number one, and number two, like it was part of like also keeping black people from doing work like in Hollywood and stuff like that, because they would, instead of hiring a black actor or a black performer, then they would, do that. And also they did it with Native Americans, like in those cowboy westerns and stuff. A lot of those people was white people.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my thing on it is like, all right, so if you say that you're offended by it, then I gotta respect your thoughts and your opinions and stuff like that. But,
I'm surprised. I don't need. Is it really that controversial? Because to me, it seemed like, the NASCAR fans and all. I don't think they. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But is it really that controversial? To me, it doesn't seem like that type of thing would really bother them.
Yeah. And I know I don't. I'm looking from the outside looking in.
Yeah, because this is the first I'm hearing about
it. Yeah. But yeah, some people say it's just a racial double standard. Like if he gets to imitate white people, then why can't we?
And it is some white comedians that do get to imitate blacks, not the black face, but they imitate blacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting though. But yeah.
That was an interesting take that Drew.
But I swear that makeup was done real good.
Yeah, man. You know what? Because when I first saw, I didn't even know that it was I didn't know it was Druski the comedian. When I first saw that, and they say, "Oh, that's Druski the comedian," and yeah, they did it good. He got sunburn, he got the tattoos, and yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to go check it out. Or we'll have to see what people are really saying about that, man. Because
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I feel you though. It's like, you know, if you get upset on one end, you want people to hear your complaints, you gotta listen to other people. So you make a valid point.
Right, yeah.
But me personally, I just think you don't give stuff like that power, like you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not giving somebody that much power over my life and my emotions.
Right. Yeah.
It ain't that, you know what I mean? It ain't that serious to me. Like, even the word, the N word, I used to get offended, but at this stage, it's like that these things don't have power over my life no more. Like, no energy.
Yeah.
I'm not giving it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because and I feel the same way. Like, I know what my name is. You know what I mean? And it's not that. And that's
so you ain't talking to me.
Right. Yeah.
You ain't portraying me. You ain't talking about me. Ain't got nothing to do with me. That's how I look at it, you know.
So but yeah.
I just wish sometimes we get to that place, man, where we take our power back and use that energy for some more positive things, you know.
And that's a good point, right? Because if that word if that don't get a rise out of you, then they don't have no power, like you said.
They don't have no power over you. And then like that focus, right? There's so many things we could be doing with that energy. But those type of things, those divisive things keep us stuck in one place, one mindset. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the object is to evolve out of that mindset, you know, but we stay stuck there, giving stuff like that energy and stuff. That's why the media and everything is so powerful, because they put shit like that in the algorithm all the time. Yeah. You know, and it constantly keeps that conversation going, you know, and it keeps those emotions alive, you know.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to get your opinion on what you thought about that Druski situation.
Yeah, I understand your point though. You make a valid point, you know. Got to consider other people when you want them to consider you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, any college football on today? I know it is. It got to be.
Yeah, I'm sitting here now looking at SEC network. So it's a bum game on, but they just show Arch Manning. Yeah.
So he look a lot better. Arch Manning look a lot better this week.
Yeah, he had 4 touchdowns, but he did throw 1 pick. But yeah, they look better. You know.
Let me see. Tom said the only thing that drives me crazy is when I see guys like Stephen A. Snitch, Ryan Clark, Big Goofy Shaquille, and D.L. Hughley asked Steve Harvey who married a woman who loved a drug dealer. Who loved a drug dealer. Yeah, I like some. I don't know. Like sometimes some of these guys, they might do some things or say some things, I guess, to keep themselves in favor, you know, or to get a rise out of people publicly. But like you said, it's about not giving them that power, though. You know, like I don't hate Stephen A. Smith, but I do recognize what he's doing. You know what I mean? And so when you recognize what he's doing, then it kind of really like you know how to take him when you see what he's doing. You know.
Yeah.
And that's it. He just exposed himself. So he really is not a threat because you know how he is. It's the people who don't show you their true colors. Those are the ones who you got to dig a little bit deeper and be a little bit more wary of than somebody like Stephen A. Smith, Ryan Clark, or Shaq, or whatever you think about Shaq, D.L. Hughley, or any of those guys. They're not really the threats.
Let me ask you about this. 2 things. Ryan Clark. I thought him and Dan had an interesting conversation about generational talent. And it was in regards to Arch Manning.
Okay.
So Dan was saying he believed 100% Arch is a generational talent, meaning his attributes. I didn't realize he was 6'4".
Oh,
I didn't realize he was 200 something pounds, and I didn't realize he ran a 40 in like 4 something.
Okay.
So just looking at those things, that's generational talent. Now, Brian was trying to make it be about the production, him and Stephen A. But that's not what Dan was saying. Dan was saying it's just like when you got a guy has a great arm talent. He's got generational arm talent. That don't mean he's going to be the best quarterback to play, but the way he throws the ball, you never seen anything like it. The way he can spin it, you know, the type of throws he can make, stuff like that. So I think that's what Dan was saying.
Yeah,
but they just kept taking it back to the production to knock him down, you know.
Yeah, I think because like you said, like somebody who got 4.3 kind of speed. Most people not born with that kind of speed, you know, and then you 6'4" and can move. That's generational talent. That's like hitting it, like some people, what they call it, like when you hit the genetic lottery. You know, you like you Michael Jordan, you 6'7", 48-inch vertical on top of that. Like that's know, and Michael Jordan ran a 4.3.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, you know, what was the guy? Well, who was the coach at North Carolina? Who the coach? Roy Williams said that.
Roy Williams said it. Yeah,
said that Michael Jordan, you know, his time was 4 something one year. Then Mike worked doing it and came back. He said Mike ran a 4.3. I'm like, I didn't even know Mike.
That's that juice,
man. I don't know what he did.
That's that juice, though.
I just think that Mike just was a beast, man.
He was a beast. I'm gonna run what's inside of him was inside of him, but yeah. And then he said this. He said he sunned the hell out of one of his co-hosts on Get Up. They were talking about CeeDee Lamb dropping them balls, right?
Right.
And he was saying, the guy was saying, but CeeDee still balled out. And they were saying, but no, it's the moments. If you can catch 10 balls, but if you don't come up in those moments your team need as a player, that's the only thing matter. And Ryan Clark looked at him and said, we shouldn't say this on TV or whatever, but that's the non-player in you. The dude was like, oh, don't crack me like that. Like, why would you take a shot at me like that? I'm not a fantasy football guy. No, I thought that was cold-blooded, man.
Yeah. I don't agree with. I think he do a lot of race baiting. Ryan Clark, dude. He do a lot of race baiting, you know.
He said that's the non-player in you.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And that's. Do you consider Tom Brady to be a generational talent?
No.
Right. I think Tom Brady and Kobe Bryant. I think Kobe Bryant. They say he worked so hard on his craft. He worked so hard on his craft and studied the game. You know, studied the game.
I will give Tom Brady and Kobe this, the mindset.
Right.
And that's generational.
Well, and Peyton Manning. What about Peyton Manning's mindset?
He didn't, but Peyton Manning was cerebral.
Right, yeah.
So that means he was just so fast. He was cerebral.
Right,
He didn't have Tom Brady's mindset.
I'm trying to think because I know Peyton Manning, he just studied the game. I mean, like he studied, that was crazy. The amount of he listening to tapes, cassette tapes, and man, that was crazy. His mindset too, to be that dedicated, that focused at a young age.
But this the difference between the mindset. When Peyton Manning get ready to get hit, he give himself up. Tom Brady step into the hit and deliver that football.
Yeah.
Two different mindsets.
Yeah.
Peyton was known for that. He would go down when that sack comes, which was smart football.
Right.
The team needed him. But
yeah. All right, let me see what Tom said. OG, we cannot tell these young brothers today not to take these 304s when you got Steve Harvey, whose wife was dealing with a drug dealer. In the world, we make excuses for her to marry a good guy. Right. Yeah, I mean, it's to me, it's about like your margin for error, right? Now, not that I would recommend somebody dating somebody, going for somebody who used to deal with drug dealers, or not date somebody who, but if you can't withstand like all the everything that comes with dating with somebody like that, like if you're a plumber or somebody and you know that she's a gold digger and she's somebody who probably wouldn't be with you had you not had that money or that opportunity. And when the money, and just like with Joe Smith, his wife, and we talked about, she got with Joe Smith, thinking that it was going to be an easy, cushy life. Then it wasn't the way she thought it was going to be. Then she went back, she reverted back to her old ways. Now, had Joe Smith got into like a media job and all that other stuff, she wouldn't have went back to her old ways, I think, and been on OnlyFans, and all that other stuff. So, you gotta know who you're dealing with, and then recognize like what is your margin for error. Like, can you handle somebody like that from that lifestyle? That's how I see that situation. Because I don't think she would have went back out to. Not that it's Joe Smith's fault, but that's where she came from. That's what she knew. It's not. Or she could have made her mind and say, "Well, I'm not. No matter what I do, I'm not going to go back to doing that." So. Yeah, man, that's a tricky one. Like me, blue collar work. I can't afford to. Even if I had money, I wouldn't want to deal with somebody like that, because that like if they get destructive and they want to tear your empire down from the inside, they can do it. Just like we saw Shannon Sharp. Somebody from the inside got hold of him and just he let his guard down. Got him for I don't know how many millions.
Yeah. They won't reveal that.
Most men can't afford, whether they realize it or not, you can't afford a trophy wife anyway. Not just financially, but for what the other stuff that she could potentially, the harm she could cause to your empire. That's I mean.
Yep.
All right, man. I think I'm gonna read this last question before we get out of here. I mean, this last statement Tom made. Appreciate you, Tom. Tom said Tom Brady was always in the film room, and he had an interview not long ago talking about coming up with plays with his wide receivers and offensive players that Bill Belichick didn't even know about. Right. And yeah. I mean, they just like they eat, sleep, and drink their craft. Man, and not everybody. That's why I say we get to live vicariously through athletes like Michael Jordan and Tom Brady. Not everybody, number one, they doing what they love, and then they eat, sleep, and drink it. That's like at a whole nother level. You know what I mean? I would hope that if I got to play basketball, I had that mindset of, you know what I mean? That mindset and that mentality about basketball, but So. Well, Clayton, I appreciate you, Jack. And
I appreciate the chat too.
Yeah, man. I thought we had another good chat.
Shout out to Tom for chiming in.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. And Tom, appreciate you. Eastside and Retro, she was in here for a little bit. Wasabi, I think that's how you pronounce it. Wasabi was in here. Lotus Flower Maya, appreciate you for chiming in. But yeah, man, I'm great. Now I gotta get out here and do some yard work, Jack. I was hoping it started raining. I was hoping it started raining so I have an excuse, but I ain't even get bailed out. I gotta turn myself in.
Well, tomorrow kicks off football Sunday, so I know you should have a full show tomorrow.
Yeah, no doubt.
Corey should be on here.
Yeah.
Man should be on here. Huh?
Yeah. Let me see. Urban, you can't afford any woman today because an average woman believes she is Beyonce. Yeah, they think they can buy beauty in the bottle, but you know what I mean. Yeah, everybody want to be Beyonce. You're right.
Yeah.
Most women want to be Beyonce. A lot of them.
Man, she already taken. Be you.
Yeah.
Beyonce already taken. The world needs you, whoever you are.
Yep.
Shit. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah,
That's
man.
what it is, man.
I want everybody to like and subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment. And with that being said, we will check y'all out tomorrow at 11 a.m. Peace.
Peace out.
All right, Clay. Thanks, man.